Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today I'm celebrating 30 days on the carnivore diet. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, I started doing the carnivore diet 30 days ago. The biggest thing was I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get back in shape. I wanted to pretty much lose weight because I felt like I was having a lot of problems, and I felt if I just lost some weight, maybe I'd be able to start getting back in shape and getting rid of some of the problems that I was starting to have. Well, 30 days in, man, I feel incredible every single day now. I feel really, really well. Some of the things that I was struggling with, like bad shoulder pain, burning in my upper leg. I was feeling tired all the time. I just feel like, I could sleep all day on Saturdays. I could sleep all day on Sundays and still not ever feel rested. Now I'm going to bed at like 10 o'clock and I'm sleeping way better than I have in a very long time. So I want to talk about this carnivore diet or elimination diet or whatever it is. 30 days. I went from 335 pounds. I am now 314 pounds this morning. That last week I was kind of, bouncing around from 318, 317 all the way, and then finally, I'm down to 314. Last night I weighed myself and I was at 314. Today I weighed myself. I was at 314. So I do feel like the weight is coming off, and it's not like super fast. It's not like I'm losing like 100 pounds like super quick, but the weight that I'm losing, it's when it comes off, it stays off. It's not coming back. And that is absolutely incredible, because when I was doing like keto or intermittent fasting, it was like one day I'd have like a really good time and I would lose like, I would be down like 6 pounds, and then the next day I'd be up 9 pounds, or it was weird. Like it fluctuated so much that it just was getting nerve wracking. But this has been a consistent drop of weight. You can you can feel it pretty quick. Like when it comes off, once your body kicks over from like filling from carbs to starting to burn that fat, like the energy levels that I feel every day are so much more consistent now. I don't freaking come home from work now and need to take a nap or anything. There has been a couple days where I did need to come and take a nap, and those are days that, if I think back, those are days that I did not eat dinner. I didn't eat like a dinner. I just came home and I felt satiated enough from what I ate from lunch, and we'll get into what I eat on a daily basis now in just a minute, but I felt satiated enough because my appetite just wasn't feeling there that day, that I didn't feel like eating. But then the next day about lunchtime I'd start to be like, oh man, I'm tired. And then I'd come home, and then after I'd eat again, then my energy level would go right back to where it was. So I try to make it a point to eat at night every day now, just to make sure that I have like that energy level or whatever, because that happened twice, and that was in my mind a direct correlation of not eating a dinner that night. So I've been trying to make sure I eat a dinner, and if I and maybe I'll eat less at work. So let me get into what I eat every day now. So I went to Smith's last night, and this is what I've been eating, and I got 6 chuck steaks. They come in like 2 packs. I'm paying anywhere from like $12 up to like $15 for two of these steaks. That's right between about 1.5 pounds up to 2 pounds of meat, depending on the price, or if it's like $12 and that's like 1.5 pounds, like $15, it's like 2 pounds or whatever. So I'll get 2 of those, and then I get a big thing of bacon. And as what I'll do is I'll strip out 5 pieces of bacon, and I'll put it in a bag with each one of those steaks, and then I eat one of those for dinner. So I eat 5 steaks of bacon and one of those steaks. Tonight I couldn't even finish my whole steak. Like I couldn't. So I had, probably, 3 ounces left, and I was just like, oh my gosh, man. Like that was weird. And for lunch is what I do is I'll go and I'll buy 5 pounds of stewing beef I'll fry that up with a bunch of salt, cook it all up, and then I'll put it in 5 separate bags, and then I'll, just take them to work with me. I'll put them in the freezer, and then I'll eat one of those every day during work, and I'm usually pretty good. And then I also get like five pieces of bacon off of the truck that comes in the morning. So, and that cost me about $4. So $4 a day. That's 4 times 5 is $25, plus $25 for my stewing beef, and then for the steaks and the bacon, that was like $59, $60. So I'm right around about $100 a week in terms of my spending for this diet. On Sundays is when I'll eat my eggs and stuff like that, just kind of, I'll have eggs, plenty of butter or whatnot. And that usually works for me. Like I feel pretty satiated throughout the whole week. I don't get hungry anymore. I'm never starving. I'm always, I'm always pretty much good to go. Like I don't feel sluggish. I don't feel like I'm really missing anything out of my diet. Now, I remember the last video I made, somebody was talking about how it's like a placebo effect. And, the last day I did this was like day 19 or something, and now we're to day 30. I've went a whole 30 days on this. I'm not cheating. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just 100% doing like the bacon, the steak, the water, the Celsius. But I don't know. I haven't decided if those are going to be good or bad, but today was my last one of those. I'm going to kind of 100% just go forward without using any of the Celsius. So when I first started this diet, like I was saying, it was to lose weight, but I've noticed so many more benefits that are just unbelievable. I'm sleeping better. I've been wearing my watch, my smart watch, and then I got an app on my phone, and it kind of tracks my sleeping. And when I first got this watch, I remember doing my sleeping and tracking my sleeping and stuff. And I would get, back then I would get a whole lot of REM sleep. And I would have like these very, very vivid dreams, like all the time. All the time I was having like these vivid dreams, and I just never felt rested when I woke up. But since I've been doing this carnivore diet and I've been using this, my readings are coming back now with very little REM sleep, a lot of like a significant amount more of deep sleep, and then consistent light sleep throughout the night that is just incredible. Like I feel so good every morning when I wake up that I'm able to get right up out of bed. Well, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I'm pretty much on a routine to where I go to bed about 10 o'clock every night. I try to do that so I can stay in my routine, because before starting this diet, I was always super tired in the mornings, and I was, starting to get tired at night. So I just put myself on that routine. But here's the thing, man. Here's the kicker. I still go to bed at 10 o'clock. But then I wake up at like 1:30, 2 o'clock almost every single morning now, which is exactly 5 hours. Like I go to bed and I wake up and it's like 5 hours. I feel rested. I feel good. And I can't even lay there and go back to sleep. It's weird. Last night I actually did get more sleep though. I went to bed at 10 o'clock. I woke up at 2:48. I looked at the clock, and like last night I was actually able to go back to sleep. And so I was like, all right. And the best thing about it is I did not wake up with a freaking headache like I used to. When I would used to sleep, oh my gosh, man. And I would have those vivid dreams, and I'd wake up and I'd have a headache every single day or every time. I used to take so much ibuprofen, it's not even funny. And I would switch off between ibuprofen and naproxen. I'd run out of a bottle of ibuprofen, then I'd switch over to naproxen. But I would get like these stomach ulcers that were like so bad that I just, I felt like I was like destroying myself. And it's like, you know what, man, the ibuprofen, like at that point barely even worked anymore, to be completely honest with you. So I was just damaging my body more, just taking this medicine that was doing absolutely nothing for me. I haven't taken a naproxen or an ibuprofen in almost 30 days. I think like the third day in, I had a headache. So I took some. And I think, and that's literally the last time. I haven't touched that bottle since because I haven't needed to. I don't have any joint swelling. I don't have any pain in any of my joints. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't have the headaches anymore. Like those are completely gone. Like I haven't not had a headache in like 27 freaking days, and that to me is incredible because I was getting them all the time. And here's the thing, when with the experience that I'm having with this carnivore journey, it's like I'm finding out about things that I had that I didn't even know were real problems until I started doing this. And now that my body, like my digestive tract is 100% like freaking feeling really good. Like I feel good. Like I'm I thought I had IBS, to be completely honest with you, because I would sit in the bathroom for a fairly long time. Now I'm in and out. I'm on with my day. I feel relieved. I don't have the issues that I had before. I had like this burning in my arm, like in my arm right here and in my leg. And I thought, like my rotator cuff was like completely gone. And it was just getting really bad and really hard to move my arm. And now, like after like the second week or like what, day 19 or whatever, whenever I made that video, like I have not felt any pain in my arm this whole time. This whole time has been just like, wow, I can do push-ups again. I can I can lift, up over my head like no problem now. I don't have any like burning sensation in my arm anymore or in my leg. My feet don't hurt. Like my feet would start hurting throughout the day, and I was like, wow, man, this, like I did not feel normal for a 43-year-old man. Like I did not feel normal at all. And now all of a sudden, like I feel like I've got better energy. I feel like my testosterone is like higher. Like I get like, I just get like these bursts of freaking like energy now that I'm just like, oh man, I need to go like work out or do something, and like being sedentary, is just not like working for me like anymore. Like I have to be up moving now, and I just have like this energy that I haven't had since I was like in my 20s. And that's incredible. Like once you start feeling this, and I feel like when people make these videos and they go on and on and on about the good benefits that you receive from doing this carnivore diet, I feel like I'm not even gonna lie, man. I kind of feel like it feels like kind of a turnoff, because you're like thinking in your head, you're like, whatever, man, whatever. That's too good to be true. That doesn't even make sense. How like I get it. Like I 100% get it. And now I'm gonna tell you like what happened and why I started carnivore diet. So I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm not even gonna sugarcoat anything. I literally felt like I was dying. I literally felt like I was dying. I started this YouTube channel so that I really didn't have to like get up and like do anything, and so I could just sit here and be comfortable. Like it was getting so freaking hard just to make it through a week of work that like I literally would have like chest pain, and I would have like back pain, and I'd have like leg pain, and I just everything, like every joint in my body just hurt so bad that I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would just feel so bad. Like I literally would sit there being like, oh my gosh, man, am I like dying or something? You know what I mean? And it just felt like that. I don't know how to explain it. I just know that my body felt absolutely like it just felt so bad. Like I felt like, my gosh, man, there's no reason I should feel this bad. So I was like, man, I just need to lose some weight. But here's the thing. Like I'm at my job, I was like, I actually did. I just prayed. And I asked, it says in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. So I prayed. And I asked God, please help me find a way to make my body whole again so that I can continue to work my job, so that I can take care of my family and feel good again, because it's just getting bad. And like the very next day, I'm not even joking, man, like the very next day, I don't ever get on Facebook, like ever. Like I never get on Facebook. I clicked the Facebook button, and my brother is sitting there right there with the top post saying, yeah, man, I've been on the carnivore diet for 30 days. I've lost this much weight and I'm feeling freaking better than I ever have before. And I was like, dang, man. Because I mean, I'd heard about the carnivore diet, but I was just like, I don't know, that's too expensive. I can't afford to do that. And then, like, I didn't even talk to my brother. I was just like, you know what, man, I'm going to do it. That sounds like it is my freaking answer. Because like I said, I was wanting to just lose weight. Well, it's almost like I started eating carnivore, and like every ailment I had, and I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not lying to you. I'm not just trying to sugarcoat anything. There's no honeymoon stage. Like, this is real. This is real, actual freaking healing that my body has started doing. And I'm so blown away by it. And I was telling my wife today, because I'd already recorded this video, but I had my sound turned off. And I was telling my wife today, I was like, babe, I don't trust anything anymore. Because, I mean, we ate healthy food most of the time. My wife's a good cook, and she makes some pretty, what we assumed was healthy food. And I just, to feel as bad and as old as I did, I mean, like, I'd go to work and, like, my job was just, like, pure suffering when I would have to, like, get under equipment and get on top of equipment and stuff like that. Like, it was suffering, but I still had to work, and I still had to do it hard and get it done. And the thing is like, I would come home and I would be in so much freaking pain or I'd be so drained, so tired, and I would just go to bed. For this last month, my job has absolutely been a breeze. Like, doing the stuff that I normally did, I'm faster. I'm faster than I was. And I was already pretty fast before, but I'm faster now. And my body doesn't freaking hurt. Like, this is sustainable. Like, if this carnivore diet is able to make my body feel the way it does, and I can sustain this till I retire, that would be incredible. Because I absolutely feel 20 years younger. I feel like I do when I was in my 20s. I feel like if I had to go deliver pizza and work at the same job again, I could do that. When I first started this job, I was running pizza and I was doing that. I was working from freaking 6 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning till 12 midnight every night. And I was doing that, sustaining that every single day, 5 days a week. And then when we went on overtime, I was working 60 hours at the one job, and then I was doing the pizza still. So yeah, man, I feel 20 years younger, and like, I feel incredible. I'm really, see, here's the thing. If carbs are good for you, or if they give you so much energy, and this is true, like when you're younger, they do. Like, obviously they give you energy, you know, your carbs, but man, I mean, I would remember crashing, you know, coming down when I was younger too. And then, you know, like vegetables and stuff that are supposed to be good for you. Because I eat a lot of vegetables. I used to eat a lot of vegetables. I used to eat, you know, like I don't know. I thought it was a balanced diet. Everybody thinks it's a balanced diet. That's what they taught us in school. You got to have your breads, and you got to have your grains, and you got to have this, and you're buying all this expensive wheat bread, and you're buying all this other garbage that is clearly just killing you. And I was like, my gosh, man, and like, trust me, like we would buy all the healthy stuff that we could buy, the chicken breast, the everything, you know, the lean meat, the whatever. I've been eating chuck steaks, ribeyes, bacon, butter, eggs, and freaking, yeah, that's it for the last 30 days. And I feel absolutely incredible. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm making this video because I want to help people that are suffering the way I did. And like, I wasn't going to say anything about this. I mean, I was like, to be completely honest with you, I was a little bit like, man, like, you start talking about this and people are like, oh gosh, he's going to be a zealot. And I'm really not. Like, I'm trying to change nobody. I'm just telling you that if you're suffering from joint pain, or if you're suffering from like just feeling like garbage every single day, give this a try. Give it a try for 30 days. Because that's where I'm at right now. I'm at 30 days. I feel absolutely incredible. Do that for yourself. Give yourself 30 days. Worst case scenario after 30 days. Because I mean, like all the garbage that you've been putting in your body for however old you are. For me, it was 43 years. For all that garbage I was putting in my body, 30 days is going to be just fine. You can sustain yourself on red meat, on red meat for 30 days. But here's the thing though. Like once you start the carnivore diet, your first instinct is going to be like, okay, well, how do I do this the best way? How do I do this the best way? Me personally, I didn't listen to anybody else. I just was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I can afford to do. I can afford these chuck steaks, and I can afford this beef chunks, and I can afford this bacon. That's what I could afford. So that's what I ate, and these are the results I got off of that. Now, if I was to crank it up to like that expensive grass-fed beef or grass-fed, grass-finished, whatever, all that stuff that you always hear everybody talking about, if I could afford to do that, I would do that. But I don't. Like I've bought in like a few ribeyes because it was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna treat myself. I wanna see how this is. But that to me right now, that's just not sustainable until I'm able to cut, a significant other part, like until I'm able to cut, other things out of my budget, that's just not sustainable right now. Like especially with this economy, that's not sustainable. So I had to find something that was going to work for me. And that's what's working for me. Like I can sustain the $100 a week. Like I can do that. Like that's not that big of a deal. I can do that. So I just know that there's so much conflicting information out there, like, oh, don't eat red meat, you're going to get a heart attack, or there's so much out there. There's so much nonsense. Like and you don't know what to believe because this is coming from freaking authority people, the people that are in authoritative positions, like doctors and the World Health Organization and this and that and the bazillionaires and everybody that profits off our suffering. Like it's like, oh, it's crazy. It's like we literally are living in the day where everything that's good is literally being called bad, and everything that is bad is being called good. We are in that day and age. We are being told that carbohydrates are good for us and steak is bad for us. Red meat is bad for us. When if you look at the health benefits from carbohydrates, actually you don't even have to look at any study. This is what you do. You go on a carbo, keep eating what you're doing for a whole month, and then try eating just red meat, beef, salt, and water. It's called the lion diet. It's the most extreme you can go on the carnivore. You try that and you tell me which one feels better. You know what I mean? Like you tell me which one feels better after the end of that 30 days or even a week. Just do it for a week. Eat that beef, steak, and water, or steak or beef, salt and water for a whole week. And then tell me, or I would say 2 weeks. It kind of was like that first week was kind of like, oh, my body was switching over. After 2 weeks, you tell me which one feels better. And then after you get to a month, of just the eating meat, oh my gosh, man. And see, that's the thing. That's what flipped the switch in my head. It was like, really, man? And then you put everything into perspective. You just take a step back and you look at it and you be like, okay, I'm eating steak. I feel absolutely incredible. I feel younger. I was eating that garbage my whole life, and it made me feel like garbage. I don't feel like garbage, and the only thing I changed was I'm eating just this meat. That's the only thing you changed. You still work at the same job, you still work the same hours, you still do all the same activities, you're still doing exactly what you would have done prior to changing your diet to just meat. And so once that clicks, and then you look back and you're like, okay, wait a minute. If farmers and everybody benefit from making the carbohydrate food, like they put whatever sugars and whatever else they want into this to make it taste really good so you're addicted to it. Because let's face it, sugar's a drug. You're addicted to sugar. Very addicting. You know, you eat it and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I want some more. I want some more. Carbs keep you hungry. You're always starving, and you got that hangry pain that makes your stomach hurt, and like you're so hungry that it just hurts. And so when you look at that and you're like, okay, well, obviously somebody's getting rich off of that. They want me to keep buying this and I have to keep consuming it. I'm consuming it all day long. Like from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you are eating carbs consistently all day long. How are you ever going to be healthy? And so you look at that and then you're like, oh, wait a minute. So now if I get diabetes or I get this or that, and then I go to the doctor, what does the doctor tell you? The doctor's like, oh, well, yeah, I guess we got a medicine for that. We got a pill for that, because they don't teach doctors nutrition. They teach them like seriously, most of medical school that you're sitting there learning what pills are for what and they do this and that. So, I mean, like you're literally, these doctors are seeing so many patients a day that they're just like, okay, there's a medicine for this. Man, like seriously, dude, they're just pumping you full of drugs and then telling you to go eat your standard American diet. But there are some courageous doctors out there that have taken a stand. They're like, no, I've put my patients on a no carb diet, and all of their symptoms is going away. Diabetes 2 is going away. All of these amazing, miraculous things just by getting out the freaking carbs out of your diet. Just by getting that garbage out of your diet, like everybody is seeming to be feeling better. And okay. And here's the thing, man. If you want to be a carb, eat, or not a carb, but a carnivore, eat all the meat you want. Have a salad on the weekend, man. Okay, I mean, like you're still getting the benefit of all of that. So I mean, it's not like you're forced into doing that. And I'm going to tell you, this is what will make it easier for you. And this is what I've kind of just told myself. Because if you think about it, yeah, eating meat pretty much all the time could potentially get boring. But here's the thing, like it's so routine now that I just put it all in the bag, I cook it, and boom, I'm done. Like I'm not spending a lot of time wasting, like cooking and doing all of that stuff. It's much quicker. I get it done. I'm not even cooking my meat like I used to. Like I do it a little bit rare. But this is what you need to understand. Okay, and this is all you need to understand. And this is what makes this so much easier for me, because this is the way I think about it now. My body's a vehicle. Steak is my fuel. Water is my oil. So if I'm eating my fuel, my steak, and then I'm drinking water, which is my oil, obviously to keep things, moving around or whatever. And my engine runs phenomenally on that. Like it just runs great. Well, you have to think about this in this way. You don't need to sit and waste a bunch of time eating. Like that food is your fuel to fill your body so that you can do everything else on the planet you want. You just eat, think about it. You stop your car at a gas station, you pump your gas, you check your oil, you put some oil in there and you're good to go. You drive it around until you need more gas, until you need more oil, right? Well, that's the same with your body. You fill it up and then you drive it around until you need to fill it up again, and then you're good to go. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't, I mean, the biggest thing that happened with food is it got turned into like a social thing. You eat with your family, you go out to eat, you eat at restaurants, you're always stuffing your face with garbage, and it's like a social aspect. People just sit down to have dinner together and they do all of this, and so it becomes a social thing when you really just need to feel your body so you can keep moving. That's it. You just need to feel your body, and then you can get back on the road and keep doing whatever it is you were doing that you were enjoying. Because after you feel your body, you can go out and do a lot more other things with your family, with your friends, with whoever, instead of sitting on a table, sedentary, eating food, making yourself sicker. And that's the way I look at it. It doesn't matter if it's the same freaking steak every single night for the rest of my life. It is just fuel. That's all it is for me. It is just fuel. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. 30 days. This is awesome. I'm going to keep going. I'll probably touch back in a couple weeks or in 30 more days. But yeah, man, we're going to do it. Thanks for watching.